Two, one, two, one, two. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Yes, yes, yes. It's the late show. It's the late one. We're doing a late one tonight, but we're not going to be all night. We're not going to be all night about it. First things first. Don't worry, it's not the COVID. Let's get the music crunk. Uh-oh, don't like that. Let's get it crunk from the start. Let's go. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. Mr. Raphael Dawkins with the Combat Radio. And first things first. Hold on, let's refresh this and let's get the sound check right. Okay. Let's do the sound check. Hold on a second. Let's drop the music. Let's go with the sound check. Let's go. Okay. Let's do the sound check. Hold on a second. Let's drop the music. Let's go with the sound check. Good. Let's go. That's good. That's good. Okay. Session is in session. Let's go. Let's see what we got. Let's see who we got. We got the TKO 22 to be precise. We got the Cal L up in the building. Better late than never, 100%. And the students are ready. The teacher will appear. Yeah, so I let you guys congregate and conversate. Okay. I was thinking, Rafi, hold on, first and foremost. Hold on. Come on now. Let's get the screen right. Let's get it right. Let's get your hearts right. Let's get your hearts right. Okay. Just like we get the screen light, right? Let's get the hearts right. Okay. What we doing now? Fixing my screen. Yeah, let's do that. How do I do that? Forgot now to fix my screen. Come on now. Oh, just remembered. All right, let's do this. No, not that. Next button along. Boom. 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 Let's see what the visibility is like. The visibility is good. Should I move it across? I do it like that? Nope. Yes. Okay. So, what we want to do? What we got here? We got the fight doctor up in the building. Okay. So what we doing? We dropping the link now. First things first, actually. First things first, let's share my shizzle. Let's share my shizzle right now as we speak. Let's do it in the WhatsApp groups. Uh-oh. Let's go share this. Let's share this without getting distracted. Come on now. Okay. Let's get into this. Share. Let's do that now. Boom, boom, boom. We are live. Boom. sending messages. Okay, so we've done that. The second thing. Oh, I close that. Have I closed that window? No, that's fine. Let's do this. Yeah, I'll have a response for you in a second. The fight, doctor. Don't worry yourself. I'll have a response for you in a second. In a jiffy. Just hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. Let's get this in here. Let's get this paste. Boom. Okay. Let's drop down a couple of locations. Uh-oh. I ain't promising. Where else? Let's go to one more destination. Destination unknown. Let's go. Okay. Okay. So what we got here, let's drop that. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Let's drop that. And let's get this show started. Let's get this thing started. Let's get the show on the road. Let's put my headphones on only for a second. 1 2 1 2. Yes. Okay, let's take them off. Not too comfortable anymore. I don't like wearing the headphones anymore. Just put the hoodie up. Okay, now we're comfortable. Okay, so if you're new here, as a matter of fact, let me just introduce you to the show. Okay, so this is the Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio. Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio. If you've not yet subscribed, please kindly do so. Hit the like button on your way in rather than the way out. Yeah, come on now. Wipe your feet when you're coming. Come on now. Let's get this thing right. Okay, so what we talking about? What's this here? Okay, that's good. Let me show the fist of love. Boom. Okay, that's good. How does it look like that? Why does it look like that? That's fine. Okay, let's get into this thing. A little bit later than usual. But you know, the Rafi has to feel the passion. The Rafi has to feel the passion for the topics. It's got to grab me. There's got to be something that grabs me. And what we're looking at here, yeah, we're looking at the right thing. Okay, so the WBC to officially order Fury versus Whyte. That kind of grabbed me. Alexander Usyk has had some things to say about the Tyson Fury Deontay Wilder fight, and more to say about the potential of fighting Fury. Okay. What else? Okay, and of course, yeah, a few little tidbits, but of course, the Claressa Shields, Errol Spence versus Virgil Ortiz. Why? Is that a thing? Yeah, okay. We'll look into that too, if that's a thing. Errol Spence versus Virgil Ortiz. Yeah, I believe that when I see that. Yeah, so where we gonna start? Let's have a look through some of these comments. Errol Spence vs. Virgil Ortiz. Okay, is that a thing? Okay, I'll investigate that. That's the fight doctor. The tone up in the building. I bet Whyte's injury heals up quick now. Oh yeah, we talking. Did I not mention that? Okay, that's one of the talking points also. So we got quite a few things. So the passion built. Don't like to go live unless I feel passionate. About the thing. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather not do a live if I'm not passionate, if I don't find things within it, some of the ingredients, if some of the ingredients don't make me feel passion, I ain't going live. Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio Crew deserve passion. Wasn't that a Rod Stewart song? Huh? Wasn't that a Rod Stewart song back in the day? Everybody needs passion. Everybody wants passion. Raphael Dawkins needs passion. Yeah, man. I got to feel passionate about it. What's going on here? What's going on? Whyte ducking Wallin? How could Whyte duck Wallin when he's facing a greater foe? How the hell that work? Riddle me that. Lisa Bayliss up in the building. Good to have you, Lisa. Always good to have you, Lisa. You know that. Oh yeah, I like that. What is that drink? What is that cocktail? That looks kind of appetizing. It's kind of making me thirsty. What is that? OMG. I don't know. I'm not really a two-pack guy. You know, he went up against the biggie. When he went up against the biggie, I had to say no. I can't side with you on that two-pack. Can't side with you on that. No way, no how. Can't side with two-pack. You know, I was definitely on the biggie side. It was a clever takedown, then curtains. OMG. Okay, so the table is set. And the cards are about to be dealt. Okay, so where we at? Oh, what is that? Pina colada. Yeah, dang. Pina colada reminds me of the pink coconut days. Reminds me of the pink coconut in Derby. Pina coladas. Okay, what we got? I know I missed something just a second ago. It was all good just a week ago. Oh, yeah. Okay, hoping. Who's this? This is Andre. Hoping Dillian Whyte beats Tyson. Don't see it happening at all, though. We're going to be talking about that. And I might even drop a few keys to victory. Stick around. Get in where you fit in. What we got here? Would love to hear you and Coach from New Media chop it up. Hey, Coach is always welcome over here. Doing a fine job over there too. Let's give him a salute. There we go. Tames, what? Thanks for backing me up. Tames, thanks for backing me over two-pack. Is that what you meant? I don't know. I'm more of a biggie guy. Early two-pack, yes. Pour out a little liquor. That was one of my jams back in the day. I prefer two-pack when he was a dancer. I never seen him dance. OMG. It was all a dream. Damn. Okay, let's get into this. What's going on? Hey, if Wallin can give Fury a harder fight than Wilder, why not Whyte? 100% damn straight. When I get hyper, a lady thought I was drunk. Hey, the Rafi is perfectly sober. I assure you. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. The Rafi is perfectly sober, I assure you. But you know, when I let the passion build, when the passion is good, then yeah, it's like a natural high. You know what I mean? Yeah, alcohol free. You know? What's going on? Never say never. Dillion to beat Fury. Oh, never say never. Shizzle happens. Smash that like button. Smash that subscribe button. Hit that share button. Okay. Right. Well, let's start. Let's start cooking. Lord Crooks and Andre up in the building. Okay, let's start cooking now. Let's start cooking. The food is prepared. The meat is seasoned. The vegetables are crisp and cold. Okay. Cold like Rafi's heart. Don't believe what they say. Okay. So, we're going to do this right away. Are we going to start with Claressa? Are we going to start with Claressa? I think we're going to start with Claressa, you know. We're going to start with Claressa. Uh-oh. Let me drop. Have I dropped the link yet? Let me drop this link in here while I'm chopping this shiznix up. Okay, so the link is there. What else do I need to do before I get crack-a-lacking? Oh, yeah, that's there. Okay, there's something I need to do. Oh, yeah, pin it. Boom. There we go. Okay, it's pinned. Right, and do I drop the... I'm going to get the poll ready. We're going to be organized tonight. We're going to get the poll ready. So I'm going to write up the poll. I'm not going to drop it immediately, though, because we need to talk about this. We need to talk about this just a little bit. Just a little bit. Let me write this in. Let me get this thing done. Does Claressa Shields MMA loss diminish your view, Claressa? I'm sure she spelled it with an E rather than an I, though. I'm sure she spelled it with an E rather than an I. Claressa. Diminish. Does Claressa Shields MMA loss diminish her stock? So I was going to read that loud, and then I did. There's logic. There's logic to my change of heart. No, the third option. Not sure. Not sure. Should I use that as an option? Not sure. Put it in. Not sure. Okay, I'm not even gonna post up the link. King Rafi Paul. She went on her shields. OMG. Think I might have to hire Kal-El as one of my script writers when I start my comedy tour. Okay, so all right, let's do this. Let's do this. We're 19 minutes in deep, and I've just been warming up the thing. I've just been warming up the stove. Well, I think we're ready now. That song, I think that we're ready now. What does that ring a bell? Why does that sentence ring a bell? Okay, let's do this. Let's stop sharing that. We're going to get into that in a bit. Ring Magazine and all that shiznix. We got a lot to fit in. Okay, trust the Rafi to do it. If anyone can do it, I can. Okay, let's get into this shiznix. All right, boom. Okay, Okay, let's go. Let's do this. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, so let's jump straight into this. Claressa Shields, she had an MMA fight last night. Who fights on a Tuesday? Was it Tuesday? No, Wednesday. It's a Wednesday. MMA fight on a Wednesday night. I don't know about that. What's that all about? Okay, so she was fighting some young lady by the name of, what was that woman's name? Abigail Montez. Abigail Montez was the name of the lady. And I heard, what's the description of the fight? Shields was losing a split decision. So it was a split decision after being out-wrestled by Abigail Montez. The first time she's been beaten since an amateur fight with Savannah Marshall, no less. Back in 2012. Was it competitive? She needs to hurry up and get over it. Oh, that's a quick one. What's this? Two things. Unlike Jake, I fought a real MMA fighter. He has yet to face. Jake Paul was saying some things. Shields boxing promoter Talita told Sky the plan is that she will take a few days off and we will be back in training camp with John David Jackson, getting ready for her UK boxing debut. That will be sensational. Shields amassed 2 Olympic gold medals, world championships in 3 weight divisions, and 2 undisputed titles in her fetid boxing career. Did I hear something there? No? Okay. She won her MMA debut earlier on this year. We know that. There's Savannah Marshall. She probably thought there's nothing. Hold on. MMA isn't like boxing. You very rarely come across an MMA fighter with an unbeaten record. Yeah, that's true. Hats off to her for having a go. She will live and learn. I ain't seen the fight. Disclaimer, I ain't seen the fight. I just read about it. This is Montez there. I don't know. Did she do well? In the fight? It was a split decision, so I'm assuming it was competitive. She says, I'll return to boxing in December and continue my undefeated journey there. And MMA, we ain't done, so she's going back to MMA. Shields is expected to defend her IBF, WBA, and WBC middleweight titles against her mandatory challenger, Emma Kozin, on December 11th. I think in Birmingham. I think it's in my neck of the woods, Birmingham, on December 11th, live on Sky Sports. Okay. I thought that was Wilder's missus. And she looked like Wilder's missus a little bit. I look closer and harder. Okay. You can see that? Yeah, you can see that. Dang. Okay, so to my Shields, what's the question again? I haven't posted it up yet. Does Shields loss? Does Claressa Shields MMA loss diminish her stock? Well, to me, it don't diminish it because how many people have got the hold on. How many people have got the cojones? How many boxers have got the cojones? Let me turn that down to go in there in MMA. You know, just to get some more money and, you know, maybe learn some more skills. I kind of admire it. Just going in there to get more skills and more money and just being more active. I got to admit, I'm not the biggest Claressa Shields fan, but I do admire the fact that she had the cojones to step over into MMA. I do admire that. So the question, The question is, and I'll post it up now. Yeah, maybe I should do more teasers with these polls. Tease with them and then say, come on, Raf, release the hounds, release the poll. Yeah, I think I'll do that more often in the future. Okay, so the poll is posted. It's up there now. Does Claressa Shields' MMA loss diminish her stock? And I have to say, to me, it don't diminish it, not at all. It don't diminish it to me. It don't diminish it to me. It's like a Formula One. It's like if Lewis Hamilton decided to race go-karts again or stock cars. Exactly. It's like if Lewis Hamilton decided to go and race stock cars, and he finished third at the end of the season. Still doing Formula One, but in between out of season, he's doing another sport, stock cars, and he comes third at the end of the year. Does that diminish him as a Formula One driver? I have to say no. I have to say no. A lot of talk, a lot of jibber jabber around the water cooler. But no, I have to say no. It don't diminish it to me. Don't diminish it to me. Let's play the video, shall we? Let's play the video. For those of us sensitive, so Claressa Shields fans might want to close your eye. Close your eye. Oh, dang, what am I doing? Stop that. Damn it. Oh, chisel, my nizzle. Shankle, my nankle. Stop that. Damn, I forgot to do the magic. I forgot to work my magic. Got to work my magic. Let's have a look. Oh, so people were telling me about the fight. Savannah is waiting. Claressa needs to focus more on boxing. Well, she's coming back to boxing. So see, she might have won if it were not for the takedown in the... Wow, okay, so it was a competitive fight. Okay, so that's giving me a better perspective. That's good. It was a competitive fight. Yeah, that's what I heard. I just wanted confirmation. I just needed some confirmation on that. What's going on here? Let's fix this up. Okay. All right. Now I can play. Okay. So, competitive. Okay. It was competitive. She tried a thing, didn't come off. Her grappling skills aren't lacking. Yeah, there would be. She's new to grappling. Yeah, so I get you. We're getting a better perspective now. It's a different ball game. It's a whole different type of ball game. I'm sad Claressa lost. She'll be back. Yeah, it's she lost in MMA though. Didn't lose in boxing. So we got to bear that in mind. She's a novice to MMA. I kind of applaud her. I'm not the Claressa Shields fan. I'm not a particular fan of the women's game. But, I do applaud her for having the cojones. To go over to MMA. MMA ain't easy. It ain't easy. I started grappling way back in, when was it, 04? 04. Was when I started grappling. Before that I was all about the striking, but I always wanted to get into the grappling too. You know what I mean? And 100%. She ain't lost in boxing. This is MMA. But let's have a little looky. Let me make sure my screen is right. Okay, we can do this. Like Brutus. Let's go. There's a takedown. Okay, let's you want the Rafi analysis? Let me give you the Rafi analysis. I don't like to shout change the piper. Okay, let's go. Oh, So you see, damn, I hate this thing. It blurs after everything, but you can see through the blur. The Claressa throws Claressa Shields throws a punch. They're gonna replay that. Damn. And immediately, Abigail Montez goes for the legs. What you want to do is you go down with the legs underneath the ass and you clinch the legs and you do a little run. Might take 1 or 2 steps. Get your opponent off balance and get them down on the ground. Down on the ground. And that's when you do the ground and pound. That's when you do the ground and pound. Let's go. Boom. Take down. Run. Boom. Off balance. Now she's got the side mount. Uh-oh. Flick the head. Side mount is when you're mounting from the side. Like you're lying over a horse, but both legs are on one side and your arms are over the other side. Yeah, picture that. A side mount. Full mount is when both legs you're straddling. Both legs are either one. You got one leg either side of your opponent. That's the full mount. Half mount is one leg in, one leg out. Boom, boom, boom. MMA Instructionals by Raphael Dawkins, Combat Radio. Okay, let's go. Boom. Side mount. Full mount. I've clicked the head. Got ahead a little bit. That's the full mount. Okay. Let us continue on. Okay, let's put in some work there. How many of those blows are landing? Claressa knows to move ahead. Oh, end of the fight. OMG. OMG. Hold on a second. Let's see. We're seeing the mount. Let's see the dismount. Okay. There we go. Abigail Montez. Afro-Latino. Where we going? That's how she looks to me. I don't know. That's how she looked in that moment. Yeah, I'll stick with my judgment. Yeah, definitely. Afro-Latino. There we go. Abigail Montez. Let's take another look at her. Yeah, she looks kind of thick. Abigail looks kind of thick. Thicker than a Snicker. Okay. One more look. One more time. There she is. A nice smile. She's smiling. Okay. Why people stop writing? Oh, they were watching. People got transfixed. They stopped writing. They were looking at the Abigail Montez. What are you doing? Everybody's on Instagram now. Is everybody on Instagram now looking for Abigail Montez? Is that what's going on? People stop writing. What's going on? OMG. Okay. People. Philip Carl Roberts was the fastest to recover. Others are lagging. Look at them. Stop writing altogether. Come on, write something. Let's see who's the next one. Come on. Compose yourself. Regain your composure. Damn it. Look at these cats here. Still now they haven't recovered their composure. Still can't write. Look at this. What is it? Is this going to be a full 60 seconds before people regain the composure? OMG. Yeah, you dirty dogs. You dirty dogs admiring the Abigail Montez. Okay. And people still ain't come back. They're rewinding. Okay. Let us continue. Let's continue while people regain their damn composure. Abigail Montez has got people twisted. Up in here. Damn. Okay. Yeah, where is he? Where is he? Where is he? We need a bit of spam. Where's the pigeon? Where's the pigeon meister? Where's pigeon chest? Damn it. Okay, so so Rafi regained his composure quicker than any of y'all. Quicker than any of y'all. Let's go to the poll. Let's have a quick looky at the poll. It's been up 10 minutes. What we got here? We got 88% of people say no. The loss in MMA does not diminish Claressa Shields' stock. 88% say no. 12% not sure. Okay, so it's pretty overwhelming thus far. We're going to leave that up for a little bit longer. So get your votes in. Get your likes in. Get your subscribes in. Get your shares in. Okay, let us continue on. So we're going to bring that down. We're going to get rid of that totally, actually. Yeah, okay, so that's good. That's gone. Abigail Montez. Name people on people's lips. Abigail Montez, a name on people's lips. Okay, so that's the first stanza completed. Let us, where are we going to go now, though? Some interesting ones. There is some interesting ones. There are some interesting ones. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? We got, I think what I want to do is go to, I'm not going to say, am I? I'm not going to say. I'm just going to bring it up on the screen. Let's have a look. Is this the one? Is this the one? It might be the one. It might be the one. Okay. So let's, what's the sequence? What's the best sequence for this? What's the best sequence for this? Yeah. Yeah, throwing back when she's on the ground. Yeah, that's something that I've only seen certain people do it. Josh Barnett did it back in the day, way back in the day, probably 15 years, 16 years ago, 17 years ago, whatever that works out to be. Josh Barnett did it back in the day, so I've seen it done before. There's certain guys who specialize in it. I think who else did it? It was one of the Diaz's was proficient at it. I think Anderson Silva did it against Chael Sonnen. Two-time was definitely the first time. So yeah, there have been people who've done it, and it can be done, and I think it's a good thing to do. It's a good thing to do. But anyway, in comes the man like the Mr. Shelton Moore. Shelton Moore up in the building. How do you do, sir? I heard you for a second, so I think you just got to press it once, maybe, and then talk, rather than press it twice. You know what I mean? Press it once.
Can you hear me now, Rafi?
I can hear you loud and clear, my friend.
All right. How you doing, brother?
Yeah, I'm doing okay, man. I'm doing okay. You know, the working week is almost done, and it's been an interesting one. Let's put it that way. It's been an interesting one.
Yes, sir. Well, see, the topic we're talking about, I'm not surprised because I think we all knew this was coming. For Claressa Shields to be successful in MMA, there had to be some really creative matchmaking. You know, and the match they made for her yesterday, I guess the other girl didn't get the memo. You know, she came to win. So
I heard she was a replacement for. I heard the other girl had to drop out.
Yeah, so she didn't get the memo. She came to win, and really, her losing the fight is not a big deal to me. Not a big deal. People lose all the time. Everybody loses.
Yeah.
Her biggest issue is not that winning or losing. That's not her issue. Claressa Shields' biggest issue is that she has a shitty attitude and nobody likes her.
Yeah, that's a problem.
That's her problem.
Yeah.
And that's why, you know, she thinks it's this sexist thing or this racial thing why she's not getting paid. No, you're not getting paid because you have a shitty attitude and nobody wants to do business with you. So what's important should be important to her, in my opinion, is now she has to handle this loss correctly.
Yes.
If she handles it correctly, hey, I got beat. It happens. I'm gonna go back to the fucking gym, work hard, get better, come back, and I'm gonna kick her ass. That's the perfect response.
Yeah.
If she goes, everybody was against me response, you guys are haters, you're just happy to see me lose, blah, blah, blah. She's going to stay in the same position she's in now. And that's the most important thing for her. The winning and losing, that's neither here nor there. Ali lost, Tyson lost, everybody loses, so that's nothing.
Yeah. 100%. It wasn't like she was looking for a counter. She just started swinging. Oh, you mean she didn't leave enough space to respond to what was going to come back, you mean? Yeah. I think that's what Philip means. What we got here? Maybe if she just covered up, the ref might have stopped it. She did the right thing in swinging back. Because if she did just cover up, the ref would have stopped it for sure. The best thing would have been for her to try and escape from the mount. Well, I'm not saying that's the best thing. No, she did. There's only a few seconds left, so she swung back. That was the best thing. But if there were more time, then I would imagine she would have worked to escape from the mount. It ain't that hard. It really ain't that hard. It's about technique. But Claressa is new to the game. So obviously she got a lot to work on. But I don't think it diminishes her stock at all. Okay. So what we're doing now, what we're looking at is, let me see how we're going to drop this. Nope. Come out of that. Let's rearrange the screen a little bit and try that again. Uh-oh, that ain't good. That's what it needs to be. Okay, so let's have a look at this. Hold on, how deep are we? Into this thing? Okay, cool. That's good timing. Okay, so Eddie Hearn says he expects, you see that? Yeah. He expects Tyson Fury to be officially ordered by the WBC to defend his world title against Dillian Whyte. Okay, so the Gypsy King, as we know, retained his belt with an epic victory over Deontay Wilder in their trilogy fight earlier this month. Okay, there he is. Okay. That's the silverware. That's the hardware. And there's Team Whyte, Xavier Miller. Hope to be speaking. I should have been speaking to him earlier this week, but he's still got a fight on with Yusuf Super Kamari. So I think he's focused on that. I'll no doubt speak to him, I think, after the fight now. I'm going to leave him alone to focus on what he needs to focus on. And then we'll speak to him early next week is my prediction. Okay. There's Harold Knight, the Shadow, ex-fighter himself, one of the trainers of Lennox Lewis. Okay, so where's the writing? Okay, just before that, the thriller in Las Vegas. Okay, just before that, so what are they saying? Just before that thriller in Las Vegas, the heavyweight boxing scene was thrown up in the air when Alexander Usyk completely outclassed. Well, I'm not going to say completely. I'm going to say outclassed because I've been looking at the stats. I got the stats. I've seen the stats. Hold on, let me just mute your mic there for a second, Shelton. I can hear myself. There you go. I've muted you. I'll unmute you in a second, my friend. Okay. Paul Evans up in the building. Okay, excellente. Marveloso. Okay, so completely outclassed. Well, I gotta say, when you look at the statistics, Anthony, he was outclassed, but I say when you look at the statistics, Anthony Joshua outlanded Usyk in 5 rounds. The statistics are posted. You go check it out for yourself. But Anthony Joshua outlanded Usyk in 5 rounds. I wouldn't say that's being completely outclassed. Yeah, it was outclassed. But I think for people to say Anthony Joshua wasn't in the fight, he was in the fight. However, in the 12th round, Usyk landed 3 times more punches than Anthony Joshua did, and I think that fact, that's a statistical fact. I think that fact perhaps clouds the fight for people. It makes it feel like he was completely outclassed. Well, no, it was pretty much nip and tuck. It was pretty much nip and tuck. Donovan Williams up in the building. The poll is still open. The poll is still open, folks. So jump on into the poll. Get your votes in. Okay. So, AJ got schooled a bit. Yeah, he got outclassed. He got outclassed. But to say he wasn't in the fight at all when he outlanded Usyk in 5 rounds, I just can't dig it. I think it's the 12th round. The 12th round when Usyk scored 3 times more shots, and that made it look bad. That wasn't good. That wasn't good. But like I said, yeah, Anthony Joshua out. Well, pick out the stats to yourself. They're out there. Anthony Joshua outlanded Alexander Usyk in 5 of the 12 rounds. Mr. Shelton Moore, what do you say to that?
Yeah, it was a closer fight than the Sun Times is making it out to be. I mean, AJ was in the fight. He got beat.
Yeah.
He got beat by better footwork. He got beat by a stiffer jab. The guy's movement gave him problems, but he wasn't there was never a time where he was just totally outclassed or just out of the fight. He was competitive. Yeah. I don't know where they get that from.
Yeah.
He just met a guy who was better. That guy on that night was better, period.
Absolutely. I mean, he got badly outclassed in the 12th round because Usyk scored 3 times more punches than he did. So
exactly,
that looked bad, but that wasn't the whole fight. That was not the whole fight whatsoever. It's a question of perspective.
Exactly,
perspective. You know.
Now let me ask you this, Rafi. Do you think that the media in the UK is a little bit pissed off at AJ for losing this fight?
They were pissed off before he lost the fight a little bit because he did the Black Lives Matter march and Tyson Fury came out and said, "Oh, I don't believe in that. Oh, I'd never do that. No. We're all one. We're all one." And then a couple of weeks later, he led a Travelers Lives Matter march.
That was okay. So basically, what you're telling me is, we ain't the only one. We ain't the only country with that problem. Is what you're trying to say?
You ain't the only one with that problem. But what I will say is, I don't think our problem's as bad as yours.
Oh no! No way! No way! No how!
We ain't getting slain in the streets every day, so our problem's not as bad as yours. But
you do have it.
But we do have issues. Absolutely.
Yes, sir. I get that. But because I was wondering, I couldn't believe that a national paper like that would print something like that. Oh, he was completely out. No, he wasn't. What were you watching?
Yeah, exactly. But let me carry on with this thing. I'm going to mute you again. Let me carry on with this thing, and then we talk about it some more. Remember, folks, the poll is open, so get your voting. Okay, let's continue with this shiznix. That scuppered it. The WBC had allowed their champ a 30-day period. To set up a unification. So the WBC had allowed, where is he? Tyson Fury. It allowed Tyson Fury 30 days to set up. Hold on. Where is that thing? I hope I closed it down. Sometimes I close too many damn windows down. Hold on, I'll get to that in a second. Okay, so yeah, they allowed him 30 days to set up the fight. 30-day period to set up a unification clash with Alexander Usyk after the Wilder scrap. But Usyk must give Joshua a rematch. What is this? Okay, so Hearn has told his own Matchroom Boxing that he believes the WBC will now be ordering Fury to battle Whyte, despite the body snatcher pulling out of his upcoming fight with Ato Valin due to a shoulder injury. Okay, so Oh, yeah. Discussing the 33-year-old who beat Alexander Povetkin in a rematch last time out, Hearn said, when a fighter last boxed in March and he has the opportunity to fight Tyson Fury probably next March, you want to fight in between that period. As you see here, Dillian Whyte has been training probably since the end of April. He's been in camp in Portugal. He spent a lot of money on that camp, and he had 5 sparring partners out there the whole time. So yeah, Whyte spent a lot of money on the camp. About 4 weeks ago, we got news from the WBC that he will be mandatory for Tyson Fury. And if we were going to pull out of a fight, then you pull out then. Yeah, why spend another 100 grand or 60 grand, whatever it is, per month? There's no point in sparring and playing all of those guys. We had that conversation internally, and Dillian Whyte said, I don't want to wait a year in between fights when I'm fighting Tyson Fury. Yeah, so exactly. That's an interesting point. Why would Dillian Whyte pull out? Dillian Whyte needs this fight. Dillian Whyte needs this fight. Shelton Moore. Dillian Whyte needed the Wallin fight.
Yes. He's been waiting for what? Almost 4 years for a title shot?
He's been waiting a good 3 years for a title shot. Yeah.
Yeah, over three years. Because Wilder would never give him a shot. Wilder wasn't ever going to give him a shot.
Why?
Wilder had that belt for 5 years, and Dillian Whyte was never going to touch it.
Why was Wilder so averse? Why was Wilder so averse to facing Dillian Whyte? He sent him a text saying, yo, you're going to have to wait 2 years.
You know why? Because Deontay Wilder believed his own hype, number one, and felt he was in position to pick and choose who he wanted to fight. I.e., I don't want to face top competition. Mm-hmm. I want to fight the guys I want to fight. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? He was never going to fight Dillian Whyte because Dillian Whyte was a problem for him. He thought Dillian Whyte might be able to beat him.
That's what I say. Well,
yeah.
That's why avoid the guy for so long? That's what I say.
It's obvious. I mean, people go make up their narratives and, they say idiotic things, Rafi, like, oh, Dillian Whyte didn't deserve a fight. How the fuck you don't deserve a fight when you're the contender?
Yeah.
How does that work?
Yeah.
If I'm a mandatory, if I'm a contender and I've fought my way to this position, who are you to say I don't deserve a fight? I deserve the fight because I earned it.
Yeah, because you're high up in the rankings, because you're number one contender for how long? So
exactly,
it's crazy to me. I mean, I hear so many people spinning narratives. Oh, he didn't want to fight Dillian for this. He didn't want to fight him for that. Didn't want to fight him for the other reason. But it's obvious. The reason is obvious. He's concerned that Dillian Whyte would be a problem for him.
Right. So I'm not going to fight that guy. I'm going to keep fighting the Gerald Washingtons and the Johan Duhapasses and the Arthur Spilkers of the world. I'll fight them.
Yeah. And to be honest with you, I find that quite shameful.
Yeah, I do too. But you can't say that around some of these people. Oh, you're a hater. You don't love your people. You're afraid to be black and all this weirdo shit from a bunch of weirdos. Yeah. The dude is a sucker. The dude tried to cherry pick his way through. He got his ass whooped because he couldn't fight. That's the bottom line. I mean, he did great things for himself and his family. He's a rich man. I don't hate on him for that. Shelly Finkel and JD's did a great job of creating that dude.
Hey, I said they stage managed that guy perfectly.
Man, they did a great job.
They did one hell of a job with him. Never take that away from Finkel and them boys there. They did one Espinosa. They did one hell of a job with that guy.
Oh yeah, don't get me. But if you knew anything about boxing, from the second or third time you saw that guy, you knew if this sucker ever runs into anybody that can fight, he's in trouble.
That's why you come here, ladies and gentlemen. Truth bombs are being dropped. And
I was never shocked that he got beat by Fury. I wasn't shocked that I was kind of shocked that what's his name? Luis Ortiz gave him trouble because that bum hadn't fought nobody either.
I was surprised. I was surprised. You only need to be good for 2 seconds.
Well, look who you fighting. Of course you only need to be good for 2 seconds. Look who you fighting. You ain't fighting no goddamn body.
Truth bombs being dropped. Truth bombs being dropped over here. Raphael Dawkins, Combat Radio. Anybody of a sensitive disposition? If there are any wild deaths in the if there are, I'm gonna mute you a second, Shelton. If there are any wild deaths in the congregation, please come to the front of the altar. I need to talk to you. Any wild deaths in the congregation, please come to the front of the altar. I need to talk to you. Okay. So Michael J. Wasn't Whyte's title shot postponed due to PED allegations? Well, check it out. The PED allegations were tested. The WB said, okay, we're going to suspend him. We're going to suspend him. And if he's proven innocent, then we're going to bring him in right back. So they suspended his mandatory claim, gave that to Fury, who already was scheduled to fight Wilder, and then said that Fury now was the mandatory. And then when Whyte was cleared, they said, okay, you're back. You're going to be a mandatory again soon. We're going to make you a mandatory again soon. So, and they did restore him. Well, they did restore him, sorry. They're going to restore him to his number 1 position, but then Fury was the mandatory. So they did not put him back in the pack where he left out. Shelton Moore didn't put him back in the pack where he left out.
No, they I know that was politics because Mauricio Suleiman he was in cahoots with Heyman and the PBC.
Yeah,
they wanted to make Wilder a big star, but they finally realized that they couldn't because nobody knows the guy. I mean, that's the problem. Most of our fighters. I was telling somebody yesterday, Rafi, you would think that a guy like a Spence or a Crawford or a Charlo or any of those guys or Sean Porter would be known. They're not. They're not. Nobody knows these guys. It's not like it was in our day where you had Leonard and Duran and Hearn. They were blasted all over TV all the time. So you watch these guys from the amateurs all the way up.
Yeah.
Nowadays, nobody knows these guys. Tyson Fury is the heavyweight champion in the world. You could bring Tyson Fury to LA and drop him off in the mall and nobody would even bat an eye. Nobody knows who this guy is. Nobody cares.
Damn. That ain't good.
They'd be like, damn, he's a big white guy. Who is he? But nobody knows. These guys are not known. They're not known. The heavyweight champion of the world is not on ESPN every day. Nobody even talks about this guy. The only place this guy's talked about is on YouTube.
That's very, very unfortunate. It's kind of different over here in the UK. Very different over there in the US of A. Let's get through this. I'm going to mute you again, Shelton. Okay, bring you back in a second. So what we got? Okay, so I don't want to wait a year in between fights. We carried on with the camp for about 2.5 weeks. After that, he had a shoulder injury. He got treated by his doctor and again had another conversation, but he wanted to continue with the fight and kept all his sparring partners there. He had a couple of days without sparring, went back into spar. I think he had one spar and then another one on Monday, and he had to stop after 8 rounds. He went back, saw the doctor, had his MRI, and the doc said, you can't fight. OMG. OMG. Okay, so there's the tail of the tape. Both the same age, 33. Fury, 32 fights. Whyte, 30. Wins, 31 versus 28. Losses 0-2 for Whyte. 22 knockouts for Fury. 2 of those against Deontay Wilder, the Bronze Bomber. Knockouts, TKOs, 19 for Whyte. 6'9" versus 6'4". 81, 85-inch reach versus 78-inch reach. Orthodox. Gypsy King, the body snatcher. English. Okay, so he doesn't need an operation. Just check my screen again. He doesn't need an operation. You'll need about 4 or 5 weeks of treatment to it. And it's not going to put him out. Okay, so asked whether it would affect any potential shot at Fury. Whyte's promoter Hearn said the WBC fight, I think, will be called at the convention in about 3 weeks' time. I don't think the Fury fight will happen until February at the very earliest anyway. So I don't think it will be an issue for him. He wanted to fight, and anyone that knows Dillian knows that he was not going to shrink out of a fight. It wasn't the threat of losing the Tyson Fury fight. He could not carry on sparring. Okay. So, let's see, what is it? Where is it? There we are. So, looks like that fight's going to be ordered at the WBC convention. Takes place in early November. So yeah, looks like we're gonna get Tyson Fury versus Dillian Whyte.
Now I got a question for you, Rafi.
Yeah, man, run it.
Wilder got 6 months off because of the brutal knockout, right?
Yeah.
When can Fury resume training after a fight like that?
He wasn't suspended. Fury wasn't suspended, so he's good to go.
Okay, so he can resume training at any time.
He can resume training. He wasn't suspended.
Okay, cool. I just want to know, because I would think after a war like that, they might tell this guy you got to take a little time off, or common sense would tell him you got to take a little time off.
Common sense will tell him and his team that he needs some time off, for sure. But it's not mandated anywhere that he has to. But of course he will. And he's got a lot of experience. His team have got a lot of experience.
Right.
So he will take some time off. 6 weeks is what Paul Evans says. 6 weeks is what I read. Any KO is an automatic 6 month suspension. Fury is 30 days. Fury is 30 days. 30 days for what?
Got to rest for 30 days, I think. I think it's Mando, they rest for 30 days. I think that's what he's trying to say.
Okay. That's cool. Okay. So, yeah. I don't know whether the fight's going to take place in the USA, the UK. It seems a natural for the UK. Now, here's another question for you, Raphael. Yeah. Do you think that fight would sell? I think it would sell a lot better in the UK. Because here, that fight wouldn't do, I'm telling you, that fight wouldn't do too well here. Well,
Fury's had trouble selling out here on many occasions. I don't think anything's changed.
If he's not fighting Deontay Wilder, Fury don't sell in the US.
Yeah.
He sold a couple of thousand for the Otto. No, not the Otto. Yeah, well, who is it? Tom Schwartz fighting. Even the Otto Wally, there was only a few thousand.
They had to give tickets away. They gave tickets away for both of those fights.
They was giving more tickets away than they were selling. They sold about 2,000 or 3,000 for the Otto Wallin and the Tom Schwartz fights. His ticket sales over there are terrible. That would be a big seller over here in the UK, but I don't know. Bob Arum's talking out the both sides of his neck.
As usual. As
per usual. He said it's a natural for the UK at one time. Then he said, no, that fight would definitely be happening over here in Vegas. That's where this is Tyson Fury's home.
Oh my God.
But it's a it's a natural fight for the UK. So I don't know. It should be in the UK.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Is Whyte Fury as big as Froch versus Groves?
That's a damn good question. That's one hell of a question. I don't think it is. I don't think it sells 80K. I really don't. Does it sell 80K? I could be wrong. Hey, that's the next poll. Let's close. I'm gonna mute you again.
These dogs going crazy.
Yeah, I'm gonna mute you again. It's okay. Let's end this previous poll. Okay, so the previous poll was, does Claressa Shields MMA loss diminish her stock? 30% said I think some of them are trolls who just wanted to balance the numbers out. 30% said yes, or some of them would be trolls, some of them not trolls. 30% said yes, 60% said no, and the remaining 10% weren't sure. So it's 2/3 say no, and 1/3 says yay. Does Claressa Shields MMA loss diminish her stock? So 60% say no. Okay, end the poll. And let's get this next poll up. It's a great question. One hell of a question. Let's get this poll up. Okay. Does Fury versus Whyte sell? Does Fury versus Whyte sell as much as Froch versus, what's that cat's name again? What is that cat's name again? Froch.
George Groves.
That's the one. George Groves. Okay, let's get that in there. Froch versus Groves. Question mark. Does Froch versus Whyte sell as much as Froch? Does Fury versus Whyte sell as much as Froch versus Groves? Let's ask yes, no. Simples. Yes or no. Okay, so the poll is up. Damn, I just put yes, or I just put a yay or nay as an answer. Yay or nay. It's gonna be interesting. What people say. I don't want to influence people's votes. So we're just gonna see. They're talking stadiums in the UK, possibly the Principality Stadium with 75K. Closed roof, open roof, wax on, wax off. Yeah. Indeed. Plus you have Aram. Plus you have Hearn and Aram going back and forth. TKO says Fury is unbeatable at the moment. Well, we don't know that. We don't know that he's unbeatable at the moment. We got to see it. Can't see anyone beating Fury. Well, damn. I could. I really could. I think it could. George Groves. AOBZ up in the building. Groves. Indeed. I think it can certainly rival it. In popularity, maybe surpass it. Okay. The poll is up there, folks. The poll is up there. What is this here? Okay. So what does this say? Manchester has 2 big stadiums too. In fact, there are stacks of 30K plus seated stadiums stadiums in the UK. Dame. What's this say? Yes, probably more. Dame, what's going on there? World heavyweight title automatically fills 3/4 of Wembley without any marketing. Damn, okay. Looks like people have come alive. And in comes the man like EJ Boxing Live. EJ Boxing, are you with us? Uh-oh. EJ's dropped down to 1 bar. Damn, didn't you pay your Wi-Fi bill?
You're a funny guy, Rafi. You're a funny guy. Rafi's a funny. Rafi, you're a funny guy, bro. I'm just on mute, bro. I'm just on mute, bro. Like, I didn't know it was on mute. You're a funny guy. You're brother. You always keep dragging out my name. This is EJ Boxing Live. You get me? You know what I'm saying? I'm live because things are happening. I was live if streaming was live. You know what I mean? I've been live for the longest. Yeah, that's why we live. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, my man asked a question: is it bigger than Fracture Grove?
Hey! You're a live wire. That's what it is.
I wouldn't say a live wire, but I'd say I'm like live. I'm happening, like it's happening now. But listen, yeah, I'd say like my man asked the question about Fracture Groves. I was there at Fracture Groves. I was at the second one. I wasn't at the first one. I went into the media. That was like one of my first like media events I went to. It was in Westfield. It was in the shopping center. Yeah. I went to the second one. I was around the second one where it happened. It was a bit. And obviously it was a stadium event. Yeah. Carl Froch was coming off, great wins against Kessler, Ward, Butte fight was great. And he was sailing. But George Groves was ready for that fight. Barry Hearn insisted that Carl Froch was on the fight. And Carl, why am I fighting him for? What's he done? So Carl wasn't really focused in that fight. And as it was, consequently, George Groves nearly knocked him out. And obviously George Groves wasn't with Adam Booth, how that fight happened. Now, that fight under Eddie Hearn and Barry Hearn and that, they turned it to a stadium fight because with the media with Cougar and Cassius and everything, it turned into a big fight. But this fight between Dillian Whyte and Tyson Fury, you're talking about the linear WBC, the champion, everything, with all the belts, and Dillian's a pay-per-view star. Now, George Groves wasn't a pay-per-view star. Carl Froch wasn't a pay-per-view star going into that fight. Not really. These guys are legit. Dillian's a legit pay-per-view star, and so is Tyson Fury now. Yeah, this is a bigger event, man. This is a much bigger event. And remember again, that's a super middleweight. This is the heavyweight championship of the world, bro. Like, no, it's a massive event, absolutely massive. Whether Fury, when he thinks about it, this is a hard fight. This is something he's never did as well. 2 title defenses. Wilder was hard. You know what I mean? And now he has to go against Dillian. This is what if you want to be the best, this is if you call yourself the Olympian, all the thing what you call, you got to fight, man. You got to fight these guys, and yeah, it's gonna gravitate. It's stadium fight. It's a massive, big stadium fight. If Fury wants to be on the same level as AJ, he needs to take that opportunity. Dillian, obviously, Eddie Hearn's pushing it because he's gonna get paid. And then just the other day, Eddie Hearn was saying he's had more title defenses than Fury. Now he's like, Fury has to take the fight with Dillian. You know what I'm saying? So. Yeah, so to answer your question, yeah, it's much bigger. It's bigger than George Groves and Carl Froch. That fight even bigger in rivalries. That fight doesn't even compare to some of the big rivalries, Nigel Benn and thing, like on a bigger scheme, because George Groves is not, he was a world champion, but he's not of the level of Carl Froch, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, good points there. Let's bring in Shelton Moore. So Shelton Moore, it looks like, yeah, people are saying, yo, it's gonna be massive. Let's have a look at the poll. What's the poll saying? EJ Boxing, there's a poll there, Hit the poll, my friend. Hit the poll. Does Fury versus...
I like the poll. I like the poll already.
Good man. Does Fury versus Whyte sell as much as Froch versus Groves?
83%. 83%
says yes. 17% says no, so it's looking very overwhelming. Shelton Moore looking overwhelming.
That's good. I'm happy, man, because me as a boxing fan, I'm excited for the fight. I want to see it.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? But I know that in the States, like you said, Bob Arum talking out both sides of his mouth. In the States, that fight wouldn't do squat.
It wouldn't do squat. So
It wouldn't do squat because nobody knows who Whyte is and nobody really cares about Fury.
Yeah. So
I'm being honest because you can go back to Tyson, Lewis, Holyfield. All those guys were blasted all over ESPN because ESPN was around in the Holyfield Lewis era and the beginning of the Tyson era. And those guys stayed on SportsCenter. They stayed on ESPN.
Yeah. Well,
you never see anything about this guy on sports TV, any show, Fox Sports 1, ESPN, none of those sports channels, unless he's about to fight.
Oh dear!
If he ain't fighting, they ain't talking about it.
He hasn't engrossed himself in American culture like Lennox Lewis. You know what I mean? Lennox Lewis became a staple. He hasn't got like that kind of, and Anthony Joshua, even though he's biggest mainstay in the UK, he hasn't got that mainstay where everyone wants him. People want to see him, they can't get enough of him. You know what I mean?
I agree. Why? I'm gonna tell you why, and I can tell you why. Because those guys haven't fought the level of competition of a Lennox Lewis, of an Evander Holyfield, of even a Mike Tyson.
Oh.
Think about it.
Yeah,
think about it.
Hey, listen.
You're the champ. You're the champ.
Yo.
And the person you're fighting, nobody knows him either. They don't know you. They don't know him. So nobody's gonna watch it.
Yeah. Well, there you go. You got people got to follow the journey with you. You know what I mean? They got to know you are from your amateurs, following you through like the guys you mentioned. Everyone knew who Lennox Lewis was because he beat him on the Seoul Olympics. Everyone watched that Olympics.
Exactly.
Everyone know who Riddick Bowe was. Riddick Bowe was a massive star, so you knew who Lennox Lewis was. They was on the biggest stages of them all. Tyson Fury was an Olympics. Joshua had that, but for whatever reason, Joshua, we don't need to go to America. Everyone needs to come over here. All right. So, bro, like, if he, I don't know what it is. He's in America now. After he lost
here's what's funny. This is what's the only thing that's funny. Because, AJ is probably my favorite heavyweight right now. But here's what's funny about that. When Carl Froch and Lennox Lewis told him 3 years ago, you need to go to America and get some seasoning, everybody said they was haters and they was jealous of him. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Well, what happened?
He needed to go. I told him over here. We told him over here. We told him he needed to, he needs to shore up his ship. He needs to shore up the ship. He needs to get some more seasoning, get some experience over in America. But he was very resistant, It seems like a hard-headed guy, but finally the pennies dropped. Did you watch my show on Tuesday night?
No, I didn't get a chance. I watched the replay. What did you talk about Tuesday?
Yeah, I dissected the whole damn thing from top to bottom. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I dissected it. I put the interview into segments, subheadings. You know what I'm saying? I saw a few people follow me after at the next day, but the Rafi was the originator of that thing.
Right.
I divided it into sections, and we went through it thoroughly. So now he seems that he's got the incentive. He's got the incentive for change. He seems like he only changes after he loses, and that's unfortunate. But at least.
Well, you know how that goes, brother. Getting your ass kicked will make you reevaluate some shit.
Yeah, man. He reevaluated some shizzle, and he came up with he arrived at the decision that we'd already made for him sometime prior to that.
Yeah, I mean, Lennox. I think Lennox said it best, bro. You can't go to university with your third grade teacher.
100%.
Wow, that's what Lennox said.
Yeah.
That's what he said. You can't go to university with your third grade teacher. You got to elevate.
Wow. He said, what did he say? I think he said Lennox is a fool. He said Lennox is a hater. He's always been a hater. He was saying, bro, man.
Yeah, he called Lennox a fool, but he don't seem so foolish now, does he?
Nope. But let me ask you guys a question. Now, is this a serious question? I'm being serious.
Yeah.
Why is a guy, I'm talking about Lewis, who's worth over $180 million,
Yeah.
jealous of you?
Well,
You're asking us to answer the question of AJ. It's hard to say, but the thing is,
Why? What have you done comparable to Lennox Lewis? Nothing. Nothing. Lennox Lewis was undisputed. Lennox Lewis was undisputed.
No.
Have
You got to understand that
undisputed?
in the UK, AJ done bigger numbers, bro. Done bigger numbers. Yeah, bigger numbers, bro. So that's what when it came to when he done bigger numbers, he got the belts quicker than Lennox Lewis, and
Right.
you know he got more self-esteem. So from where he was looking at, it's like I've done things bigger than you, and he's gassed up on that stuff. But the bottom line is that it comes down to longevity, like fine wine. Lennox Lewis, as time went on, you know, as the era came to a close, he was the last man standing. Now, as this era, we're in the era, right, where we thought this guy was going to be the dominant thing, and now we're looking at it now. He's not on that level where everyone said you should have went to America. Now you're in America after you lost, like you go Nigeria after you lost. You always do it after you lost, but you're not even saying you're getting rid of Robert McCracken. You're actually going there to say I need to go there and talk to. And you know what was worrying? Every interview he went with the trainers, Eddie Hearn was with him. I listened to Eddie Hearn's interview today. He said he went with him, and it's all they were talking about is tactics. You know, they never bring up no fun. I was like, what the heck is he tagging along behind him for? Because Eddie Hearn's worried. So Anthony Joshua, he seemed like they're not allowing him, or he's not allowing him to be himself or think by himself. Why is Eddie Hearn with you? Why are you going there with him for? You know,
I think he feels comfortable with Hearn.
Where did he go with Hearn?
When he went to see all the trainers, Hearn was with him, tagging along.
Hearn was there.
I know. I didn't know that. I was like, I don't understand why he would be there. Why would he be there?
Was Hearn there?
Yes, he said it today in the interview. Yeah, he said it today. He said every time I went with him at all the meetings with all the trainers, and I was like, my God, what's he there for? Why are you there? Like, oh, just to make sure, you know, we're not gonna lose our assets. I mean, that's some insecure shit, man. Yo, what you need him for? You don't need someone to hold your hand. You know what I'm saying?
I think you just hit it on the head with that statement you made earlier. I don't think that it seems from what you're saying. It seems that AJ can't think for himself.
He can't think for himself. I've interviewed AJ. Out of everyone here, I've interviewed him, right? More time than anyone, right? In the early days. Yeah. And I come across to my conclusion that Anthony Joshua, he has an anxiety thing where he likes to put the pressure on his other team. That's why he says, I talk to my team. That way he doesn't have to think about the stress. Because my first question to AJ, when I very first interviewed him was, you're a professional fighter now. You haven't got a headgear. You know, how does it feel like, you know, to fight without the headgear? You know, and he just sat there thinking about this whole thing because what he was trying to process is he wanted to give me the perfect answer, and he's worried about making mistakes. He wants to please me or whatever. And that's what I feel what his process of how he thinks. He thinks that I don't want to make a mistake. And because the consequence he does that, he overthinks things. And that's what I've come to the conclusion of why he relieves the pressure to other people. You know what I mean? Which is not a bad thing.
Let me ask you a question. What you just said.
Hold on. Remember your question. Let me just come in on that point.
Yeah, go ahead, Rafi.
Yeah, but remember your question, though. I think what it is that AJ makes decisions, but he likes to filter them. He likes to use people as soundboards. And I think that Eddie Hearn being there it's probably sensible, isn't it? It's odd, but it's sensible because you don't want to be making any deals with people that are not the right deal. So Eddie being there, I think it makes sure that there's no mistakes made. No mistakes, mate.
That don't make no sense.
I think it's smart. I think it's a smart move.
I don't think so because you know why, Rafi? I'll tell you why. Yeah. Right. This guy has caused him the most damage. I'll tell you what. Two locations. Right. Two big key mistakes. My man, keep your question that you was thinking about. Two mistakes.
I got it.
All right. Two best mistakes that Eddie Hearn's done. The first one is when Big Baby couldn't fight, you continued to fight another opponent. And then you stayed longer. You had over a longest training camp. He went to Miami and he was relaxed, and then you find the fattest guy there. You could see what the mindset of putting Ruiz in there. You looked at him and said he was fat. That was the first mistake. The second mistake,
that was Eddie's decision.
That was Eddie's. Yeah, that's Eddie's decision. That's the mistake. This is what I'm saying to you. That's why he shouldn't be following him. The second mistake, is fighting Alexander Usyk after the whole Fury debacle. Chasing Fury, that's actually another one, right? It's a waste of time, right? That whole thing was a waste when you knew the arbitration was around. Then the third mistake, you could say is fighting Usyk when you could have vacated the belt. I didn't care about it. You're the one who said about undisputed. You kept talking into the thing.
You couldn't vacate the belt and have undisputed.
No. He didn't. Listen, they don't really care about it, Rafi. It's a fraud. They're being fraud because if he said it, why did Eddie Hearn straight after say we should have vacated the belt? You know what I'm trying to say? They said, well, we should have probably vacated the belt. And now, you should have vacated the belt. I knew that. Everyone knew that because you know what? Let me give you an example. No, they don't believe in that shit. They don't believe they're fooling the public. They don't believe in it. Because what I'm saying, if he vacated the belt, you think the stadium still wouldn't be packed? The stadiums wouldn't be packed? You think people still not going to see AJ? If he vacated the belt, no one would care. The fans don't care. So what I'm saying is that he's made a lot of mistakes. Now, having him follow you around with the trainers and because the thing is, if AJ is going to look for a trainer, right, he could find other trainers other than. But I think Eddie Hearn vetted these trainers and beforehand said, look, you can only ask these questions. That's why he went with him. So he's policing these people. Then Eddie Hearn has furthermore said, Rob McCracken's his father figure. So he's basically said to Anthony Joshua, stay with Rob McCracken. I don't mind you talking to these guys, but he's told him what to do, man. And that's messed up, bro.
It's possible he's told him what to do.
He actually said in an interview. Said in an interview today.
My perspective is that he's there as to make sure the business, whatever business they do, is good business. That's my interpretation. Let's go to Shelton Moore. Let's get he had a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, my question was this: it's a statement you made, brother. The statement you made, EJ. You said that it seems like he tries to give you the perfect answer and he overthinks things. Correct?
Yeah, that's what I said. That's what I think. Yeah.
What did that Usyk fight look like to you? That's my question.
That's what it looked like. They overthink things. That's what it was. They overthink things. The same thing. That's what I'm saying. That was my conclusion of this listening to interview, my own experience with being around him. When I talked to him directly, that's what I got. That he would never answer the question if he didn't think. He wanted to make sure that because it's being recorded, that if I said something, he wouldn't go back. That's why when he was asked about Wilder, his brain went off to I have to say this, I have to say that. That's why you saw the confusion in his brain when he asked. He goes, I'm just asking him, would you fight him in the defense? I don't know. I don't want to talk about that and that's why he started panicking. And his brain started going overtime about that shit because that's what he was trained to do. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just like, would you fight Wilder later on at a certain point?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Why would he panic about fighting Wilder?
No, he wasn't panicking. It's just that was the time when they've told him don't answer that question about Wilder. So anything bringing about Wilder,
why?
Because that's what he was told by his advisors. Don't answer no question.
What's the reason behind that then?
I don't know. I've no Eddie Hearn. You have to ask Eddie Hearn. That's why I said he's the worst person around him, bro. That's what I'm saying. He's terrible. He's terrible.
Now let's be clear. Let's be clear. This is my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't believe AJ is afraid of anyone.
No, I don't think so.
I don't believe that. I believe that business decisions get made. I do believe that. Yeah. And I don't think he's afraid of Wilder. I don't think he's afraid of anyone.
Listen, he's tried time and time again to get them boys in the ring, but they don't want to be in the ring with him. Or they haven't. Maybe they want to. Even now, they're not as dumb as some people because some people saying, well, AJ got outclassed by Usyk. That means that Wilder would beat him. Makes no sense whatsoever. Joshua got outclassed by Usyk, so that means Fury would beat him.
That bullshit triangle theory, Rafi. You know that shit don't work.
That's that BS bull. That's that BS triangle theory. BS
well, you know what? You know what? It don't matter now because they're both not the top, isn't it? They've both been knocked off, so they should have just done it, and then we'd had undisputed long time ago. Either one or the other would have been undisputed. Whether whatever it's the same in Pacquiao Mayweather. Like you have opportunity. Like boxing is a window. When the window's done, it's shut. If they made it whatever the stipulations, I don't really care. Let's get the fight on. I don't really. Whoever wins is going to be good for boxing. The fight is gone. It's over. Now you have two other guys on the top. Now are they going to get it on? I think so. I think Usyk has no problem fighting Fury. Absolutely no problem. No problem at all. He'll take it in a heartbeat. And I don't care. I don't think he has a problem in the negotiations if he's taking a 20 or a 15 split. He'll just be happy fighting him. You know what I mean? That's what the stipulation with these, because they were giving up. You know what I mean? Even though he's got more belts than Fury, he understands the opportunity that I can have every belt and I can have all the money. I'll take that. So, you know, that's what you do in boxing. You take the opportunities, forget about the split. If there's a rematch clause, then so be it. But in the end of the day, that's what you do.
Because he's not fighting for money, bro. Usyk's not fighting for money. He's fighting for something else.
Nah, he's fighting for money. He is fighting for money. But what I'm saying is that he understands that he's not there. He understands that, you know, it's not in his best interest to try and haggle and get yourself out the negotiation. Because you know why? The longer, if you don't fight for it, you're going to lose to one of these other guys. This is what I'm trying to say. And that's what with AJ and Wilder. The longer you didn't make that fight, you was going to get knocked off by someone else. And that's what's happened. So that's all it is. See, that's how boxing is.
So they tried, Joshua side tried to make the fights. The other guys ran away. They ran away, fought each other instead, and they made some good money just fighting each other.
Yeah, they should have fought each other.
So you know, they lost out. They all lost out.
Everyone, AJ lost out as well. AJ lost out as well.
They all lost out.
I think AJ would have beat. You know what I mean?
I think.
Yeah, that's what I think. I think AJ, just looking at the whole thing,
I think AJ would have beat both of them. I think AJ would have beat both of them.
Yeah,
well, two things. I don't think, number one, I think Usyk is fighting for I think he cares more about legacy than money. Number one.
Yeah.
I believe that. And number two, the statement you just made, you can look at Crawford and Porter, same thing. Crawford and Spence. Same thing. Spence had the injury. Now that fight is probably gone. It's done.
Yeah.
Anybody think about that fight?
Not totally, but like, you know, it's like Kell Brook and Amir Khan. Like Khan
exactly
Khan,
same shit.
But you know, Khan never wanted to fight him. Errol Spence doesn't want to fight Crawford. But you see, Wilder, even though the negotiations, it was a negotiation. Wilder wanted to fight. There's no question about Wilder wanted to fight, but he just wanted the negotiations to be okay. If you look at the Claressa Shields and Savannah Marshall, it's the same thing. Eddie's the stipulation. Eddie didn't want to give Claressa Shields the money. Eddie's out the way. They've gave Claressa Shields the money. The fight's going ahead. So he was the main stickling point of why the fight didn't go on. Give Wilder what he asked for. Well, it's not going to be more than AJ because AJ's the seller. The fight would have gone on. That's what boxing do. Trying to hold on to something. Eventually, it's like sand going out your hands. It's going to go. Shout out to Lisa Ball in the chat and the rest of the people. You know what I mean? But that's what boxing is. Boxing in its history is that you make the fights at the peak and you get it on. You start making
if the guys won't take the contracts, there's not a fight like you can do.
We'll make it. It makes sense. Like, listen, someone told me
Lennox Lewis and Mike Tyson wouldn't happen because they was on two different networks, and that happened. They said one's on Showtime, one's on HBO, and at that point, HBO and Showtime at that point never worked together all through their history, never. But they realized it was in their best interest to get that fight going on. It's the same thing right now with ESPN and what's the thing and PBC. They understand that if they do not make these fights, the YouTubers and the MMA people are going to take over. So what I'm trying to say to you, Rafi, make it make sense, make the money and get it on. You got. If you don't do these things, AJ has to rebuild himself now with a harder fight than he probably would have against Wilder, which he probably looking at it, just looking at the eye test right now, what Wilder's about. He only was throwing that right hand. If AJ could evade that, AJ could have had a good fight with him, you know what I mean? But it's just done.
What I'm saying is that if what I've learned over the last 3 years, if the other party don't want to fight, they ain't gonna fight.
Rafi, Wilder wanted to fight, Rafi.
No, look at Errol Spence. Look at Errol Spence.
He didn't want to fight. No, he didn't want to fight.
They don't want to. That's
Errol Spence. No, look, there's no question about Rafi. Hold
on. The Errol Spence side, they clearly do not want the fight.
I agree with you.
They don't want the fight. And how many years? How many years has that episode been dragged out?
Long.
It's been dragged out for long. So that's why I'm saying what I'm saying. If the other side don't
Okay.
want the fight,
You're right.
then it ain't gonna happen.
Hey, hold on. But listen to this, right?
That's really to do with the fighters, but Eddie Hearn's the one who don't want the fight, bro. That's the way it was. I think AJ and Wilder would have fought. It was Eddie Hearn blocking it, like I pointed out, Anna Marshall and Claressa Shields. He was the one blocking the fight, man. He blocked the fight, man.
Did you guys?
To the zone.
Did you guys hear the press conference with Crawford and Porter?
I didn't watch
Did
it.
you listen to it? Okay, watch the press conference. Watch the replay. Tom Brown's.
Yeah, he said the fighter.
Gonna say,
Go ahead.
And to say in the press conference, he's gonna say, "Look, if there's a fight that needs to be made, we will make the fight if the fighters want the fight."
That's right.
Terrence Crawford stopped him right there and said, "Hey, wait a minute. Say that again so they can hear you."
Yeah. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
bud, it's a new day. It's a new day, bud. Oh, I just want these people to know that it ain't me ducking. It ain't me.
So,
If the fighters want the fight,
yeah,
the fight will happen.
exactly.
Bud hasn't fought any of those guys because those guys don't want to fight.
There you go.
Mm.
There you go. So in that situation,
Yeah.
I believe the fighters wanted to fight. That's what I believe. You know, I know you believe differently. I believe Eddie Hearn blocked the fight. I believe it was him.
No, I don't believe that at all.
I
believe that Deontay Wilder was on the PBC protection program. He's on the PBC witness protection program.
My God.
And as a result of that, they just said, "Nah, we're not gonna listen." They did what they thought. They took what they thought was the easier option. The easier option was Tyson Fury, so they went with Tyson Fury. They thought he was pillar fisted. He couldn't do nothing, and look what happened now. It's a trilogy. It's almost. It's
And you know what?
embarrassing. Hold on.
And you know what?
Who advised him?
It's Shelly Finkel.
That's right. He needs to get sacked.
It's embarrassing for.
It was nice.
It's embarrassing.
Good option.
It's embarrassing for Deontay Wilder because
He was gonna lose against someone anyway, Rafi. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
I muted you, Shelton, because of the background noise, but I'll bring you in a second.
Okay.
Deontay Wilder took what they thought was the easier option, and he said to Tyson Fury himself, he said, "I fought you for less money than I would have got for fighting Anthony Joshua." He said it himself.
Yeah. No, of course he did, Rafi. That's not, everyone knows that. No one's arguing with that. Of course, Fury was the easy option. There's no doubt that. But what I'm saying to you is that in the end of the day, now I tell you why Eddie Hearn blocked. I don't blame the fighters at this point. Eddie Hearn could have signed Tyson Fury. What did he say about Tyson Fury? I'm not signing him. They go, why? Oh, look at the opponents he wants to fight. If I sign him, people will laugh me out of stop. But they could have. Then you had everything. You had everything there. You had everything to build Tyson Fury. He didn't want to build him, right? He had everything there to sign Tyson Fury, lock him down. You had him against AJ. You could have put him against Wilder. You let him go out the door. He went to Frank Warren. He went to Bob Arum, and this is what happened. So Eddie Hearn's to blame, in my opinion. He's the one to blame, because if he signed Tyson Fury, he could have tried to devalue him like he did to Usyk, devalue him, make him fight opponents to make Fury look bad and make it seem like Fury doesn't deserve the fight, and then put AJ in there to have AJ beat him. But the bottom line is this year, boxing, the cream always rise to the top in boxing. And when it comes down to it, when it's your option to fight for a world title, for a unification, take it. If you don't take it, you're going to get knocked off, because that's how boxing is. You know, you can't stay at the top at that long. Because you know why, Rafi? When you earn that amount of money that AJ has, where's your hunger? That's what AJ said. Fuck staying humble. He said, fuck staying humble. Fuck staying hungry.
Language, please.
My bad. But that's what I know. I'm just quoting what he said, but you're right.
Hey, man, look. What did Marvin Hagler say? It's hard to get up and do road work at 4 a.m. when you're sleeping on silk sheets.
Yeah. Real talk.
Real talk. Said, leave Eddie alone. I blame Eddie.
Hold on a second. Would be good to see what Rafi says when AJ. He just lost. What's wrong with you? What is wrong with you? He just lost. So would be good to see what Rafi said. What I'm saying, I'm talking, aren't I? He's just lost. What's wrong with you?
What was the question?
What is wrong with you? He says it would be good to see what Rafi says when AJ lost. But I'm talking. Well, so what's wrong with you? I'm talking after he lost. What's wrong with you?
Oh, okay.
What's wrong with you? But anyway, Tone comes in and becomes a sponsor of the show. And how do you become a sponsor of the show? By hitting that super chat. What is it? I think it's $. I think it's $. It's right underneath where you're typing right now. So Tone comes in with a super chat, £5, but he don't have a message. You don't have a message. You know, you can put a message in there, Tone. You can put a message in there. Crawford will be 35, going on 36, and Spence is nearly 34 before the fight. It's a massive shame. Massive shame.
Listen,
and that's what happens. That's what happens when you don't take the fights at the optimal point. You know what I'm saying?
I got one more point. I got one more point, right? So
Yeah.
This is Eddie Hearn and Dillian, right? So Dillian apparently is this messed up Otto Williams chance, right? They said his injury, right? That's what they say. Dillian says injury, and everyone say, well, I don't know whatever. But let me ask you a question, Rafi, my man.
Yeah.
Sheldon, yeah. If you got injury 2 weeks, shouldn't you be wearing a sleeve or something on your arm? So why did you turn up to the press conference with nothing on your arm? There was no sleeve, there was no cast, there was nothing. You're at a press conference, right, to tell everyone. By the way, when he done the press conference, it wasn't a Q&A. He was just there for him to talk. There was the media came into the press office. They wasn't allowed there. So you had certain newspaper people in there just to report. No questions were asked, and Dillian was shipped out. There was no cast on his arm, nothing. He just said, F Salido, right?
Yeah.
We're not taking that fight, and that's the way it is. We're injured, but there's no cast, there's nothing on your arm, nothing. So, you know, I mean, you know, you can go what you want to call it, but end of the day, I understand why they're doing it, because I don't really care for that fight. I like Dillian to get his shot, but at the same time, yeah, where's the morals and ethics about it, man? You know what I mean?
There are no morals.
We don't know that he's not. We don't know that he's not injured, and we can't say that he's not
cast,
injured.
man. Where's your cast on your shoulder?
You don't necessarily need a cast. It's not.
Why do you need a cast? Where's your shoulder? What kind of cast?
It's not a broken arm. It's not a broken arm.
No, it's a broken. No, he said he's injured. What kind of injury you got? What kind of injury you got? Oh, that you ain't got nothing. You haven't got no. Where's your sleeve? Where's something to hold your arm up?
It's just
where's something to hold your arm up? Stop messing around.
You have evidence to the contrary.
No, I'm saying to you. He said. I'm saying going by what he said, right? He said I'm injured. I've got injury. Don't say injured. That's what they said, right? So if you're injured, then where's your sleeve? Where's your cast? Where is it?
You don't necessarily need
Rafi, don't mess around, Rafi. Stop it, Rafi.
You don't necessarily let Shelton.
I've never heard of that one before. I've never heard that
Shelton. Let Shelton come in. Shelton, come on in. Shoot your shot, my friend.
Well, here's the thing, man. Look, I get my shot after waiting 3.5 years, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do I want to risk everything by fighting Alo Wallin, or will I just pull out that fight and wait for my shot at this guy?
That's cool.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, look how long he's waited, bro. And let's be clear, Alo Wallin is not no gimme. It's not gimme.
That's true.
This not Tom Schwartz. This ain't fucking Eric Molina.
Language, please.
I'm sorry about that, brother.
No
this
problem.
is not Eric Molina. This is not Arthur Spilka. This is Alo Wallin. We know from the last 2 times we saw Alo Wallin, he can fight.
Definitely.
He can fight. So, do I risk it? Or do I take my shot and then fight this guy? I'm going to give him his fight. I'm just not going to give it to him right now.
Well, you know what? There's going to be lots of speculation, but nobody's coming up with documentation. So until there's documentation, we're going to have to take them at their word.
Hey, look, he took the Caleb Plant route, right?
Yeah.
Caleb Plant basically told you, I ain't fighting nobody until I get this fight.
Yeah.
I'm not messing the bag up.
Yeah,
I can't be mad at Whyte for not messing the bag up. Tyson Fury's bag. Alo Waleed ain't.
I got that. I got that. I got that.
Any which way you cut it, you know, it looks like Whyte is the WBC interim champion and he's fighting Fury next. And I think
Right.
the boxing world has much to be happy about with that fight.
Well, at least they're doing the right thing in terms of giving the fans what we want. So they should have did that with AJ and Fury or whatever. But you could have vacated the belt, let Joe Joyce fight Usyk, let Usyk bash up Joe Joyce. By the time he came to AJ, he would have been worn down and they could have knocked him out. So now you go to AJ. So Eddie Hearn's finally got it right this time because he realized he's losing his grip of the division. So now he's like, I don't care no more. I don't care. You're not getting that fight, Otto Wallin, and your promoter. I don't give it you. It was a voluntary. There's no stipulation. And that's what I thought it was. I don't know why he said it wasn't. And we're gonna. They said, yo, Eddie Hearn came out and blasted them, and they said, yo, it was a voluntary. Dylan goes, listen, you can shut up, right? And that was that. And you know, at the end of the day, the British public, we don't care because you know why? We want to see Dillian Whyte versus Tyson. That's the biggest fight right now in terms of the UK.
That's the fight.
It's a big fight. That's the fight that we want to see. So I don't really care. Now I'm just saying on a real ethics point, where's your sleeve? Where's your B? Where's your B test? Where's your B test? Where's the B sample? Where's the B sample?
That's a perfect question because Paul Evans says I have a torn shoulder muscle and was advised not to wear a sling as it makes it worse.
But he didn't say it a torn muscle. He said it was something with his shoulder.
Hold on. It's the same thing. It's the same thing because anybody who trains and damages a little bit of the shoulder, you don't go in a sling. It's got to hang loose. What
kind of rubbish is that?
Have you not just heard what the guy said? If I have a torn shoulder,
though, he's not injured. Rafi, he's not injured anyway.
Not to wear a sling.
Rafi, he's not injured. Rafi, he's not injured. Rafi, we know he's not injured, and we don't care.
We don't know that. We don't know that.
Rafi, he's not injured, man. We don't care. Rafi.
Reporter Live says
he's lying. Where's the B sample? Where's the B sample? Where's the B sample?
There ain't no cast, my friend. There ain't no cast for that kind of shizzle.
Rafi, stop it, man. Rafi, stop it.
There ain't no cast for that kind of shizzle. It ain't broken.
Rafi, you don't even know what injury is. He said his shoulder's
it's a shoulder injury, so you don't know what shoulder is.
Why are you saying he doesn't need a cast? Why are you telling me he doesn't need a cast?
You say he needs a sling when you don't know.
I'm saying, you should have I'm saying they're lying, right? And they're just covering up in the ethics thing, but I don't care. I want to see the fight. So I'm with you guys.
Well, that's good. We were both in agreement on that. Then. But you're saying he needs a sling. I'm saying he don't need no sling.
I say, where's he sling? He should have some. If you're injured, like you say you are, then you should have some sort of thing to show that.
No. How do you know he's not wearing a compression sleeve underneath?
You know what injury Dillian's got, right? You know what injury Dillian had, yeah? After the AJ fight, he mashed up his rotator cuff. I was talking to Dillian that time, right? We don't talk too much now. In fact, at all. But before, I talked to Dillian directly after the AJ fight, like a week after, and he was in a cast. He was hospital. He had a rotator cuff on. He had a cast around his shoulder because he was injured, right? So he said that he was actually going into the fight. He was injured, but he had to take the fight because he needed the money. And I said to myself, okay, then. So I thought he re-injured the same thing, which is fine around the same area, but. That's not what was said. And in the press conference, he didn't look like he was injured. There's no uncomfortability.
No, we're not the doctors. We ain't Let the beef come in.
They don't put your shoulder. I had a torn labrum. They don't put your shoulder in a cast until they do the surgery. Once they do the surgery, then they immobilize it so it can heal. Okay. Right? When you're not getting surgery, when you don't have surgery done to it, there's no cast you can put that's going to heal a shoulder. There's nothing you can do for that.
No. You don't understand it. You don't understand, Beeb, yeah? He's
injured.
You don't understand. You don't understand, Beeb. He's injured his rotator. Is it Beeb?
No, I said to you, he's injured his rotator cuff before, right? That's what I said to you. He's injured it before. So I was assuming that's what same injury he reoccurred again. reoccurred that injury again. So
But
is it the
there's
injury? He said he
not
got
a
in boxing. He said we need to stop. Yeah, that's what he said. We need to stop because in training we need to stop. But I don't believe it anyway. Personally, I don't believe
You
it.
can question it, but all I'm telling you is you have to be realistic about it. You can't say that he has. No one that has a rotator cuff injury or a labrum injury, until they get surgery to have it repaired and it's stitched up, that's when it's immobilized so it can heal.
Yeah, no, I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying, but what I'm saying is that there was no indication, right, when you see him in the top table, he has it. But like I said to you, B, right, I don't really care because I don't want to see Otto Wallen fight anyway. But like I said to you, if you're looking at it on Salido's thing, it's like that's hard done by, but that's how boxing is. You don't.
You want the man to get a frozen shoulder? You want the man to get a frozen shoulder? You want to put a cast on?
Stop giving people wrong medical advice because you're going to have people jacking up their shoulders worse. Then it's going to be problematic. You're going to get people hurt here.
You're going to get people hurt, EJ. Come on now.
Please, EJ. Aren't you a coach? Aren't you a coach?
What do you not understand? What do you not understand? So I said to you, yeah, I don't believe him. And the second thing I said to you, yeah, if he's injured in the way, he didn't look like he was injured in no thing. So if you're talking about what you're talking about, a cast or whatever, there was no irritability when he was sitting there. There's nothing. There was nothing.
EJ,
there's nothing. In fact, he was leaning. In fact, if you see the press conference, he was leaning with both arms on the table, leaning forward. So where's his injury, Beep? Where's the injury? No, okay, where's his injury, Beep?
I'm in pain every day I wake up. I got tears all over.
Right now.
Sabib, you believe in Beep? That's what you're saying. You believe Dillian Whyte? Beep, you believe Dillian Whyte? Is that what you're telling me?
I have to believe him.
I
give everyone the benefit of the doubt.
All right, cool. That's no problem. I don't, like I said, I don't really. Listen, either way.
But EJ, you can say that you don't believe him, and I would accept that.
Yeah,
but don't say you don't believe him. Don't say you don't believe him because he doesn't have a cast on his shoulder.
No, I didn't say no. I said no. You didn't hear what I said. I said I don't believe him. How comes if you injure your shoulder, there's nothing, there's no sleeves or there's nothing on it? Like you said after surgery. No, hold up. You said after surgery, but what I'm saying is at some point, wherever the injury is, yeah. You look like you have uncomfortability. There was no uncomfortability about him. And maybe he took a step, maybe he took an injection
EJ,
or anything like that. But all I'm saying is that
he's probably on pain meds. He's probably
Maybe he is. Maybe you're right. Maybe it is. But listen to this, yeah. When he came out into the press conference, yeah, and said, I don't care about Salido, we're not going ahead with the fight. It was a voluntary anyway. And the way they stuck it to him, it was like, yo, we don't give a shit anyway. We don't give a shit. And furthermore, he stuck it and said that when it came to Povetkin, we didn't have to show no proof when Povetkin said he had COVID. I said, Dillian said, I just believed it. So
I would say this. It's not required that you show proof. But if I was the fighters, I would just show it because it's not like it's not a HIPAA violation. You're telling everybody what your injury is. So why not just provide the medical information?
He didn't tell. He hasn't exactly tell you what it is. No one knows what the injury is.
All he did was say it's a shoulder injury.
He said that's what I've heard. We don't know what part of the arm is.
You're right. You're correct.
You know what I'm saying? So it's up. It's left out. It's left out that for us to debate about it. But what I'm saying is that if you're on the other side of it, you're thinking that's unfair. But Salido's a small time promoter. Eddie Hearn's a big time promoter, and he's pushed aside, and that's what it is.
I will tell you one thing, though. If you're gonna box and if you're gonna be an athlete that requires you to use your arm, like you're gonna torque it and snap it over and stuff, he probably does have some tears in there. Like Cotto had a bad right shoulder too. So did Andre Ward. And they put their shoulder surgeries off for the longest time. And then once they did get their surgeries, Andre Ward said, when I got that surgery, it was a risk that the doctor said there's a chance that it won't be back to normal. But he took the plunge and he got it repaired, and then his right hand was better than ever. So a lot of fighters, they delay these surgeries, and guess what's going to happen? He's going to continue to re-injure that shoulder.
Yeah,
he's going to continue to re-injure it.
Yeah.
And you know why? You know why he's not getting surgery? Because if he gets the surgery, he'll be out for a year. If he's out for a year, he's not going to be able to fight Tyson Fury. And here's another thing. If he reschedules this Otto Wallen fight, he's going to need 6 weeks, right? So what's he gonna do? What's he gonna do? Fight in December, right? Or in January? Then when's he gonna fight Fury? You see what I'm saying? So
it's gonna be tight. It's gonna be
the timing's
tight.
the timing isn't there. And here's another thing. Otto Wallen was offered an Alan Babbage fight. Why didn't he take that fight?
Why didn't he take the fight?
Why didn't he take that fight?
He was offered. He could have took it, but he chose not to, and that's on him.
Who the hell is Alan Babbage? Ain't nobody trying to fight that dude. He got 8 fights.
Well, he had the option.
Don't you want to stay busy? I would fight him. Why not fight him? It's an easy fight.
Easy fight.
Yeah, I get that. I say, give me a Bryant Jennings or something. Don't give me Alan Babbage.
Yeah, it's better than not fighting. EJ,
why not get paid to fight?
There's feedback coming through coming from you.
How much money are you actually going to get for fighting Alan Babbage?
I don't count pockets. There's no way I know.
Not much. Not much.
I don't count pockets.
Peeps this. At least he would have something. He would have an outcome from his training camp. He's done the training camp. Now his fight, he could have fought Babbage and had an outcome. Easy win.
I'll tell you this.
That is true.
I'll tell you this, Ralph. I bet you would pay his training expenses, wouldn't it?
Hey.
So now we got
definitely that.
Now we got nothing to pay. Now he got all these sparring partners, paid his chef, his strength and conditioning coaches, and all that. Those guys get paid up front, brother. So now he's in the hole. At least the Babbage fight would have paid them.
He's in the hole.
You're right. That's true. That would have took care of those expenses. You're absolutely right.
So now he's in the hole.
He's in the hole, and he's banking on public sympathy to say, "Come on, give him the fight." Because he ain't got no legal leg to stand on. He don't have a legal leg to stand on because this was not a mandatory. It was a voluntary. All Dillian Whyte has to do is say, "Yeah," slam the medical papers on the desk. Case closed.
Now we have to worry about one thing. If you're a Tyson Fury fan like myself, you got to worry about one thing. He doesn't chuck that WBC belt.
It's up to him. If he wants to chuck it.
And we got to hope he doesn't retire. Because I want the Dillian Whyte fight.
I want the Dillian Whyte fight.
You know what? I want the Usyk. I want the Joshua Usyk 2 fight. I want to see I want to see Joshua have an opportunity to redeem himself. I want to see it.
100%.
Then let the guys. Then let the winners fight. Then let the winners fight.
B, what do you think about AJ looking for a new coach and the whole thing? You see the interview with AJ looking for a new coach. What's your whole thing on that?
I don't have a problem with it.
No, he ain't actually getting a new coach. He just went over there to talk to them. He ain't getting one. He's going back to Rob McCracken.
We'll see if somebody is added to the team. We don't know what's going to happen yet. It's very vague right now what's going on.
No, he's actually told you what he's done. He's actually told you what he's done.
He wasn't clear on it. He said he doesn't know. He said
he's adding people. He's adding people to the team. He's adding more coaches to the team.
Exactly.
Crazy.
Well, you don't want it. You don't. So you wouldn't want Ronnie Shields to be in there with alongside Rob McCracken.
All right, so I'll put it like this, yeah. When I told Jonathan Banks, AJ wanted Jonathan Banks, he wanted Jonathan Banks to join the team. Jonathan Banks told him categorically, yeah, only way I come to a team if I'm the head coach, and that's it. When you're in a team where you're not the main guy, then who gets the credit? You know what I mean? Like if you look at Angelo Dundee, right, with Sugar Ray Leonard, he never trained the day-to-day. It was another trainer.
Jenks Morton was the guy.
There you go. All right.
You know what Sugar Ray Leonard said? Sugar Ray Leonard only gave Angelo Dundee $30,000 for that Marvin Hagler fight. You know what he said? Yeah. You know why? You know what he said? He goes, "You weren't there. You weren't training me. Jenks was training me.
Thank you.
You weren't even there in the gym. And you were just coming in. You were basically an advisor."
Yep. That's what they're doing. They're fronting. If you look at AJ's thing, right? What's the guy in Essex they had? The guy Tony Sims. So what they're doing, they frontmen. They use frontmen, right, to say they're training them, and they're not really training. There's other people training them. You know what I mean? And that's what's going on here, right? And if you look at
Joshua, who's training Joshua?
Well, when he was with Tony Sims wasn't training him. He had no chemistry. It was Rob McCracken. Everyone knew that. That's why they changed the rules. They changed rules.
But EJ, here's the
Tony Sims was training him at one stage.
No, he wasn't training. No, I interviewed Rob McCracken when I was there, so I know this for a fact. When I went there, right, when I went there to AJ's fights, I said, Rob McCracken, you're here. He goes, yeah, I'm training AJ. He goes, I've been training for the longest. Rob McCracken is just there, just looking over things. Because I can't get my pro license because I'm an amateur. So what they then done, they changed the rules and said amateur trainers, that's why I got my pro license. Amateur trainers can now be pro. So they changed the rules. This is the same thing. If you look at Georgie Benton and Lou Duva, everyone thought Lou Duva was training. It was Georgie Benton. That's what's going on out here.
So if Anthony Joshua selects an American trainer and he's out in America training with the American trainer, then he can't be Rob McCracken.
Rob McCracken ain't training them because Rob McCracken's in Europe. So Rob McCracken will come in the last 2 weeks and he'll get all the credit. That's what's been happening.
EJ, you know what I think's going to happen?
The American trainer that Joshua is with in America will be training him.
Yeah, and then Rob McCracken will get all the credit.
No,
that's what's going on.
This is my prediction.
He's obviously out in America.
This is my prediction. This is my prediction, EJ. I think Rob McCracken and AJ will ultimately split. They'll split on good terms, and AJ will go with the American trainer.
Listen,
Beeb, interview they had today, right? Eddie Hearn said he's not leaving him. He said that every meeting.
Don't listen to Eddie Hearn.
I try.
Don't listen to Eddie Hearn.
It's hard
He's
not
the
to
guy
know, Beeb.
He also told you that Fury was fighting Joshua in fucking September. Excuse me, Ralph. I know I can't swear. On effing September.
Yo, you're right.
Stop believing Eddie Hearn.
No, but listen to this, Beeb. Listen to this.
I
What
love
he said.
Eddie
Beeb.
Hearn, but don't believe him all the time.
Yo, Beeb, listen to this. Eddie Hearn said every time he went to visit the trainer, Eddie Hearn was there at every meeting.
Eddie Hearn. That's what AJ said.
That's what Eddie Hearn said. You know what he also said? He said when we went there, all they were talking is tactics. They never mentioned money because AJ said I don't want to pay them. So what AJ's trying to do, he wants these other guys to train him, and Rob McCracken's going to take the credit.
That's not true.
No
AJ.
way.
That's not true.
No way.
That's not true.
Oh,
That's not true. That's another one of your conspiracy theorists. That's another one of your conspiracy theorists.
I love the conspiracy theory. I love it. Trust me. I love
This guy's got more stories than Walt Disney.
Ralph, are you telling me that Tony Sims? Hold on. Are you going to tell me that Tony? Hold on. I don't do conspiracy. I tell you fact. Listen, I'm the only one who knows this, so I know. So I'm telling you, Tony Sims never trained Anthony Joshua.
Anthony Joshua has been on TV, in a 1 hour, 7-minute interview explaining what he's doing out in America. What I'm saying to you is that there's no way that he can be training out in America with an American trainer who's posting it up on his Instagram, all forms of social media, and then Rob McCracken saying, no, I was training him. It's just
I didn't say that. No, I didn't say that. No, I didn't. That's not. It's your misunderstanding. You interpret. Let me clear this for you. Let me clear this up for you. Anthony Joshua is gonna go and train with American trainer. Yeah, right now when he comes back, he's Rob McCracken still gonna be his lead head coach, and he will then take the credit. He's not asking for the credit, but he will take the credit. Tony Sims never trained Anthony Joshua. It was Rob McCracken. Rob McCracken told me because when I was there in the O2 and we going there, he was the one. I trained Anthony Joshua. Rob McCracken just looks over things until I get my license sorted. So that's what Joshua's looking for because Rob McCracken is training the amateur team. We know that he's not even in England. So because he's not in England, AJ ain't got no trainer. That's why he's gone to America to try and fill in the gap until Robert comes back. But he's gonna ultimately get the credit. You understand? Is that clear for you? Is that clear for you? I hope it is.
That's your opinion. That's your opinion. That's your opinion.
It's a fact, man.
It's your opinion.
I think Rob McCracken. I believe, in my opinion, Rob McCracken is going to bow out.
Yeah, and let me give my opinion now, if I may.
You've been getting smart lately. Go ahead, give your opinion. You've been giving your takes have been improving.
If I may, my takes have always been impeccable. Hear this. I believe that it's exactly as Anthony Joshua says. What he said in that interview is exactly what it is. He's looking for a trainer, the duration of which may vary, the duration of which could vary from situation to situation. He's looking for an American trainer. Maybe he'll go with a Mexican one, whatever. Experienced trainer. And I believe that he will find one and he will work with him for an unspecified period of time, unspecified to us. And eventually, Rob McCracken will be phased out. I don't think there's any conspiracies behind this.
Ralph, listen to this, Ralph. with all due respect to EJ, right? Everybody, it's being publicized that he's going to America, as you said. And then, as you also said, footage is being put up with him training with American trainers. So all of a sudden, if he's being trained by an American trainer, he beats Usyk in the rematch. How can Rob McCracken get the credit? Because he can't. It's impossible.
Hold up. See, this the thing, right?
Impossible.
This the thing, right? This the thing. AJ, and this is what the thing when you lift. This the thing when they lift. AJ wasn't trained in the fight against Usyk by Rob McCracken. He just wasn't, because you know Rob McCracken was at the Tokyo Olympics. Yeah, he was at Tokyo Olympics. Everyone knows that. So wait, so who was he trained by? Beeb. Was it Rob McCracken? Was it Beeb? It was someone else, Beeb. So all the time I'm trying to say to you, AJ has other trainers there to fill in the void, because Rob McCracken is training the amateur team, Beeb. So that's what's been going on. And he's and you know what? And you know what's going on? That's the same thing. He ain't getting rid of Rob McCracken. He's gonna do the same thing. He's looking for someone to hold his bags until Robert gets back. Wherever. So he ain't getting rid of Robert. And you know why he's not getting rid of Rob McCracken? Because when he got in trouble with the law, it was Rob McCracken who looked after him. That's what it was. But I talked to what's his name, Lloyd Hannigan. Lloyd Hannigan said when he was in trouble, it was me and AJ's mum in the court. Rob McCracken and them guys weren't there. It was me. I was the one who testified and writ to the judge, yeah. And he's on my channel today with Lloyd Hannigan. Said it was me who was the one looking out for AJ. So these guys wasn't even there. But I don't know where AJ's forced loyalty is to these people, and they don't care. How can you put him in the fight?
AJ's come back and said loyalty. The loyalty, you know, is good, but at some point, he's got to do what's right for him. You don't think there's a little bit of resentment on AJ's part that Rob wasn't there and he went over and didn't work with the images instead of him? You don't think that bothered him? Well, you know.
You don't think that bothered him, EJ?
You know, he's addressing this now in looking for a new experience.
And Ralph, what was the key? What was the key word in that interview? Loyalty can only get you so far.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So what's that tell you?
He's telling he's looking to changes.
But I gotta bounce, Ralph. I gotta jump onto the round table, but I just wanted to jump in because I had to tell. I didn't want EJ to give people that misinformation about.
No, you definitely cleared it up, Ref. You definitely cleared it up, Beeb. You definitely cleared it up, Beeb. You cleared it up for everyone. So Beeb was saying that Rob McCracken is no longer going to be his coach. That's what he said, right?
That's my prediction. And if I'm wrong, EJ, if I'm wrong.
Yeah,
and you know I'll come back here and say I was wrong. I don't care.
All right, there you go. That's it. I'm saying Rob McCracken.
I'm a legend. I've been here since 2008. You think I'm going anywhere?
I've been there. Same here, Beeb. I've been there as long. But what I'm saying is that we'll find out. We'll find out, Beeb. We'll find out. But nice one, Beeb. Yeah, appreciate you coming over.
I love you. Have a good one, man.
Beeb,
you want
man.
Peace and love, Reef.
Peace and love. Peace and love. Take 8. That was beautiful. That was the Beeb coming. He just jumped on in. Hold on a second. Hold on. What's going on here? What's going on? All right, so EJ, I'm glad we cleared that up, my friend. Glad we cleared that up. But anyway, so AJ is looking for an American trainer, pure and simple. It's not fixed who it's gonna be. You spent 2 weeks with various people, but you were here on Tuesday, and we already talked about this. But he spent two days. Sorry, he spent 2 days with each trainer, and then they're over there. They're gonna make some decisions, more talks. Still, he will be going to even more trainers.
Rafi, lay it down for the people.
I expect, but that's what I'm doing. I expect hold on. I expect Buddy McGirt to be on the list. I hope Joe Gamage is on the list. So he's gonna see more people yet, and he's gonna be working with people. It's gonna be an exploratory thing. I'm breaking it down. I'm breaking it down for the people. It's gonna be an exploratory thing. But Rob McCracken is clearly being phased out. You know what I'm saying? AJ is very loyal to the soil, but sometimes maybe you can be too loyal, and he said that himself. So,
Rafi, I want you to clear it out for the fans, yeah?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, well, shout out to Zone 6. Yeah, you know I'll be bodying the cats, right? Zone 6 days in the chat, right? Now listen, yeah. Now, what I'm gonna say, is this,
Yeah.
All right, Bieber's made a statement, so we're gonna find out. He believes that Rob McCracken will no longer be his trainer. What do you say? That's what I want to say. For everyone listening, what do you believe?
He's being phased out. I done told you he's being phased out. Rob
So,
McCracken being phased
Some
out.
answer the question on. Let's make it clear for everyone to understand.
I'm gonna
Rob
make it
McCracken.
clear. Ask the
No.
question.
I'm gonna make it clear. I'm gonna make it clear. No. I'm gonna make it clear for you so you understand. Rob McCracken will not be. Rob McCracken, right?
Yeah.
This is what I need you. Rob McCracken will or will not be in AJ's corner for the Usyk fight.
Rob
Next.
McCracken is being phased out. I hope
You don't want to answer the question. Okay, you don't want to answer the question. Okay,
I hope he's not. I hope he's not there for the next second Usyk fight. I think Joshua has a better chance of victory if Rob McCracken is not.
You're 100% right. So you're saying right now, because Bieber's already made it, and I'm gonna stay a statement. I'm saying Rob McCracken will still be in his corner for the Usyk fight, and you're saying
I hope he's not. He may, bro. I hope he's not.
You're not. So you're on the fence with that one. All right.
I'm not on the fence. I'm not on the fence. Nobody knows if he's going to be there.
No. I'm saying he's not. Rob McCracken's still going to be trainer. I'm saying he will be.
He's not there. Yeah, that's your.
Yeah, I know. Bieber's saying he will not.
Going to be there.
Yeah, it's clear.
You say he's gonna. Did Beeb say he's not gonna be there?
Yes, Beeb says everyone's talking clear. You're talking in riddles. He's gonna. Beeb saying he's not. Beeb is saying he's not gonna be in his corner for his corner for the Usyk. I'm saying Rob McCracken. Yes,
you're saying
yes. By what I've heard, yes. Yes,
you're saying Rob McCracken is going to be there.
Yes, 100%. Yes.
Beeb is saying Rob McCracken will not be there, and
that's right.
I'm saying I hope Rob McCracken is not there.
So you agree with Beeb?
I hope Rob McCracken is not there.
Yeah, that's the
clear statement. Clear and unambiguous.
It's ambiguous. It's definitely ambiguous.
It ain't ambiguous. It
don't matter, Rafi. Listen, see this, Rafi? Yeah. Ultimately, me and you want AJ to succeed because obviously it's beneficial for UK boxing for Anthony Joshua. You know what I mean? I like Anthony Joshua like you do. So, we can riddle about it, but you see where what Anthony Joshua is, and we can see it clearly in the interview that he's very indecisive on what he wants to do. When you're interviewing all these trainers, so-called other trainers, and thinking wherever you're interviewing them, at some point you're gonna have to merge yourself over there. So that means if you're gonna be trained by these guys, then you're gonna have to go live over there. And for time like Fury, immerse yourself into America. So how are you gonna do with that situation as well? Rob McCracken is in the UK. He only goes like 3 hours or 2 hours up the motorway to Sheffield. He also goes to the Finchley ABC. At some point, Joshua needs to have his own base, right, for the trainers to come, right? They can come to him. He doesn't have to go looking for the trainers. Why? You're the goal. You're the guy with the belts. Why is it earnest on you to go look for the trainers? That's what. Why are you jumping on plane looking for potential trainers when really and truly, if you had your own base, they would be coming to you. And this is the thing that
he had to travel. He had to go to the people in their own environments.
Yeah, but where's his base? Where's his base, Rafi?
He's gonna be training over there. He's gonna be
Rafi. But okay, but his fights are mainly gonna be the fight with Usyk is gonna be in the UK. So what I'm saying to you, where's his base?
His base, he'll be based over there. His base.
No, over here. Where's AJ's base over here?
His base is Finchley and
someone else's amateur club. So these buildings, so this is why he won't leave Rob, right? This is why I mentioned it. He won't leave Rob McCracken. It's because he likes. No, I know. What are you saying? Anyway, I'm not worrying. The reason why he won't leave Rob is because he likes the GB setup. He likes they have bedrooms, they have training facilities. He likes the amateur guys around him. He likes all that. So that's why he's not going to leave him.
We kind of done that though. We've done that. We've talked about that ad infinitum.
Yeah, he's not going to leave that setup, Rafi.
No, going forward, I think that he's clearly indicating that those days are limited now. I think he's indicating those days are limited. He's looking for alternatives. And listen, if he knows what's good for him, he best leave Rob McCracken. It's very simple. If he knows what's best for him, he best leave McCracken. He best leave him.
Is there a poll up? If you go a poll up, would you think Anthony Joshua will leave him by Usyk? If you do a poll on that,
does Fury? I've not ended that. I thought that was ended. Dang. I forgot.
If you do a poll on it, will Rob McCracken be in Andy's corner?
I think we don't. We don't. Okay, that's a new poll. We can do that. But there ain't really much time. There ain't really much time for that because does Fury versus Whyte sell as much as Froch versus Groves? That was the poll, and 73% said yes, and 26% said no,
He
nada.
likes the freebies. See, he likes the freebies, like my man Paul Evans says. AJ likes the free. AJ, he does. He likes the freebies, man.
He likes the free. He likes the free pure gym.
BGB.
He likes the
That's
free
it.
pure gym membership. Yeah, he got the
Yes.
free pure gym membership.
Yeah.
AJ needs to get away from the
Freebies.
amateur circles when training. Yeah, he can go visit it, but it's got to be a professional setup, my man. And Shelton Moore dropped off. Shelton Moore had to go. Shelton, thank you for jumping in. Thank you, Shelton, for jumping in. And what are we saying now? Thank you to the Beeb for jumping in. And thank you
to sabotage me.
Thank you.
I was waiting for him. Ambush EJ. I was waiting for him.
Ambush Valley.
I might go over to his channel and give it Am as well. You weren't listening because he obviously doesn't study yet. Now, let me ask you a question because I know you study. No. You watch Eddie Hearn's interview? Did you watch it?
We're not gonna allow no scandal.
No. I'm asking your question. Did you watch Eddie Hearn's interview today? Did you watch it?
Nah.
Okay, that's why you got the updates. That's why you're not up to date with the information. That's right.
Bro, I'm always up to date with comment.
If you watch the interview,
I'm always up to date with common sense.
Whatever. All right, let me give you another update. Let
me give you an update. You know, when you have your shoulder injury, you don't need to wear a cast.
No,
AJ. Hey, it's much appreciated you jumping on the show. You know you get the right to reply. So please have your final words.
I was gonna tell you about Pat Barrett, man, called Tunde Ajayo a cheerleader. He said all you are is a gym hopper. Yeah, he said you got no foundation, right? He said it on his channel. He really ripped into Tunde. Hey, listen, we talk this boxing stuff. Knowledge is the key. Yeah, always be free. Hey, and the rest of the stuff, you guys listening to Free Dawkins, make sure you subscribe, press the thumbs up button. Shout out to everyone who came over and Beeb and the rest of the panel. And I hope you was far entertained. Appreciate letting me come over, Rafa. You take care, bro.
Hey, much appreciated. That was the EJ Boxing Live. Okay, so we're gone 2 hours 16. That was longer than I intended. No cast, no script. Damn. Okay, so we got through another one. Very entertaining, very, very lively. I'll say thank you to everyone who took time out of their day to come on over. And, big shout out to everyone who jumped on the panel. Big shout out to who left the super chat? Hold on. Let me go look for that. Who left the super chat? Gotta shout him out. Let's do this. Oh Lord. Hold on. Supers. Yeah. Tone. It was Tone. Tone with the super chat. Much appreciation goes out to Tone and everybody else who took time out of their day to come. Yeah, it was Tone. Excellente. Kimru. That's Paul Evans from, where's that? Tiger Bay. Isn't that where Shirley Bassey came from? Tiger Bay? People are wondering who Shirley Bassey is. Diamonds are forever. You can blessed.